It's August 2025, and the crypto markets are entering their next bull cycle phase. If you're not paying attention right now, you'll miss the biggest moves of the year and possibly of your life. In this video, I'm going to break down the signs of the next bull phase has started, what happens next in the cycle, and how you can position yourself, maximize gains over the next 3, 6, maybe even 12, 18 months. Where are we in the cycle? We're at the midpoint of 2025 bull run. Bitcoin has consolidated after a couple highs this year. ETH and large caps alts are heating up, and guess what's coming next? Altcoin mania. Every bull cycle has 3 key phases: Bitcoin dominance and breakout, Ethereum large cap rotation, full-blown altcoin season 20x to 100x plus runs. Right now, we're transitioning from phase 2 to phase 3. Let me know if you believe so down in the comments below. Let's go and find out now. Certainly, thank you for being back with me here on the Crypto Bliss community. Please make sure you go ahead and watch these videos that I have been setting out for you. I'm talking about making millions here, your altcoin picks, long-term gains for wealth, all kinds of things. And today's video is going to absolutely just give you peace of mind that we're on that track. I've taken the dry powder that I committed to doing with all of you. I did say that. I was bleeding over the weekend, as we all were. Look how heavily manipulated. So of course, this is where we got into the trade. And that's why you would have likely put your stop loss there, right? So now this is going to be a point and proof factor right here. First of all, you would have put your stop loss over there. Now, if you had put your stop loss over there, of course you got wiped out, right? So the point of this is actually, where is the majority of that consolidation base? There's more or less where it would be, right? Now look where that came down to, and look how heavily, I'm sorry, it just is what it is. The markets are manipulated by the market movers and shakers and swingers, and so it's to be expected, right? So we failed to bounce off of the support line. We rotated back down, moving the Bollinger Band lower, being rejected off of this baseline, the midline. And so, of course, we rode it down a little bit. It seems that we're finding a base here. We're creating higher lows already, and we're starting to now push back up above the mid-Bollinger range and move into the top of the Bollinger range. I expect us, because this is now resistance, okay, I expect us to probably hit this, pull back some, and then make its move up. And I'm going to show you why I expect that to unfold across all of the trades that I've recently made. And just like I said to you, I have been buying, and I do have a limit down here. I possibly believe we could retest this zone here one last time, but I may miss that entry. If I do, it's okay. I'll take that capital and I'll allocate it into another position that isn't as high as this one is right now. I am a little bit lower than my entry, so taking a position right now would be technically ideal, and it would bring my entry a little bit lower. But the truth is that I want, if it comes a little bit lower, back down somewhere on this line, we could potentially see that there would be a much harder, equitable and lower position. Really, it's not that big of a difference, to be very honest with you. I mean, if I have to look at it, where's my theta? My theta trade is only 14% in the low and in the red, because we're only hitting a 5x here, right? We're not trading 300 million% X gains here. Now, the beauty behind this is, have a look at this. This is a very bullish pattern. So I expect us to get up here, boom, pull back, retrace. It may not even come down. I mean, honestly. And then the next thing is, have a look at where our bottom line is here technically, right? So that's a baseline. That's a bullish channel. Bounce here, pull back, bam, breakthrough, pull back, and then off we go, right? So technically the same should be happening throughout. I'm going to show you some charts now that are going to give us that conviction. But before I do so, make sure you're trading with me Down below in the description of this video, you'll find a link for Bybit. You can get yourself up to, and other trading platforms that I'm associated to. No, I don't promote them. I love Bybit, really. I do love Bybit, and don't hate them, whatever. I am using this as one of my platforms, and I just happen to just enjoy Bybit the most. Okay, really, they're all the same. Technically, most of them are majority are the same. So let's go and have a look. I got wiped out. Okay, and you can see I have more open orders ready to go. I've just added another 5 positions to my open orders, and now my positions are open are 17. I got wiped out of 4 positions over the weekend, so I brutally got taken out at my stop losses, which is gonna happen, guys. So that was about 20 to 25% of my trades, but now I've re-added more trades and added to some of my positions. Now I can show you that with all the value that we have here, yes, that's the dollars I've put in, but because of the 5x value, there's now a couple hundred, maybe just over $1,000 odd dollars into these 17 positions, right? Not bad. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger. Bitcoin is, of course, 76% of that, which we've had the Bitcoin trade in now for a couple, 2-3 months, 3 months or 4 months even. And we're just patiently waiting, really. Our entry on this was at 84,500, right? Quite a good price when we're sitting now at 115,000. So it's 200% up on this trade. And so I don't just play games, I put my money where my mouth is. But the point is that it's important to be patient, right? This was probably a little bit premature considering we knew that this liquidation position would have happened, right? That's an admission of a trader to know when it is where you make mistakes and to admit to them and make sure that you can reposition and re-add to your position at lower points, bringing that buy value a little bit down. So the strategy is good and the low leverage is important. And only when the market really starts to actually break out of this level, okay, that's probably when you could add on the retest of this breakout. You could add a significant amount to that position. Okay, so take profits from your trade, boom, take some profits up here, wait for the re-ride, boom, add some more, and then once again. That's how traders do trading, right? So you can see here, and for all of those that do love watching the channel, thank you very much for being here, of course. And some of these trades may be like others in the crypto space. It's all good. There are only those main coins that we all would like to either trade or invest. And some of us look for the absolute DJ and stuff. That's not me, guys. And that's just what it is. So Rune is a very beautiful trade, I must say. I'm looking forward to that one. Then we have still Tensor. Ethereum is down just a little bit. Solana, I've added some more to that position in a buying opportunity. You can see here, Solana, we're waiting for a limit order at 163. It could come back down to 163. On the 4-hour RSI, we're looking a little bit exhausted, although on the MACD, we're still in momentum. So I'd expect us to probably come down back into this region, make a higher low around this region, and then find its momentum. I'll probably hit this level one more time, kind of hover around here, then break through. I believe we could get up to that 200 level quite quickly, quite soon. Again, take some profits, wait for the pullback, re-enter, and reposition. So AVAX, the same thing. I've added more there. Ton is still doing quite good. Dodge is back up. Theta, Super, I got wiped out of my Super trade. You can see here. You know, it's very good. It's and look how ridiculous it is, eh? I literally got wiped out on the last candle. And that's just what happens. No problem. Did I re-enter because I was emotional? No. Because we were at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. We'd fallen enough. The stochastic was ready to pump. The MACD was ready to pump. And so I'm back in the profit with this trade. And that's the thing, right? Buy, I lost out, and buy, got stopped out. and I just added a rather more chunkier position down here, which was technically at the bottom. So these are things that happen in trading, and this is how you know how you can learn from your trading mistakes, and actually when you can, of course, have your dry powder on the side to re-enter at a better position, unemotional and unattached to the physical coin or the narrative or anything. You're just looking at the charts and you're seeing the positions we're at. Now this one, super, honestly, look where we got wiped out there. Boom. There was the stop loss there. Boom. Wipe out. Bam. Okay. But look at where we're at. We're coming up to that beautiful level of resistance. We're probably going to smack here somewhere in this range, the 83. Have a little bit of a pullback somewhere down to this deep level, creating higher lows. And this is how you draw it. We're gathering the momentum back up to the upside. Look at that. So let's pull that up there. And I would say that the likelihood of us actually riding this wave up now is probably quite high. We pull back, we probably pull back somewhere down to here. If we break below this line, I doubt it's going to happen. Now, we have ADA. I've added more to that position. SUI, I've added more to that position. That one is my deepest red position. And then Prime. So now you have my trades. We are looking super healthy here. So a lot of them are starting to come into the green. So my friends, if you want to trade with me and make some money this cycle and take $1,000, $100 and convert it into $10,000, $1,000, $100,000, let's trade together.
Tell us what the plan is.
Yeah, well, look, first and foremost, I just want to thank President Trump and our brilliant AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, for all the hard work that they've put in to this report and really just doing what they can to help this industry. This is an industry that's been beaten down and kicked down over the course of the last decade and a half, more specifically under the Biden regime. All the blue tape that they had to fight through, the headwinds that they were pushing through just to innovate here in the United States is quite remarkable. And, the president created this working group on digital assets in which I'm the executive director, and he tasked us with working across relevant agencies to produce a list of comprehensive regulations and reforms and recommendations that would create a clean and robust framework so industry knows what the rules of the road are. This is no longer policy making through prosecution. We're creating an environment that will allow for these innovators to thrive and build here in the United States.
So can you give us more specifics about what this is going to look like and what these recommendations are?
Sure. So, we've looked at this in really three phases. We've had the demolition phase, removing a lot of the blue tape that existed, eradicating Operation Choke Point 2.0, which was a real thing under the Biden regime. What this was, basically, for your viewers, was an attempt to prevent digital asset firms from interacting with traditional financial institutional players. And so what we've done is we've removed a lot of that blue tape that existed there, those overburdensome regulations. Then we work on construction, which construction here is a stable coin framework, which we've actually had signed into law in this past week with the Genius Act. This is basically a digital dollar. It updates the archaic payment rails within our system. It creates more expeditious and transparent, more cost-effective transactions for the American people. And it also secures U.S. dollar global dominance for decades to come. But the other piece of legislation that we still have to work on is market structure. And we have clarity coming out of the House. Both of these bills received immense bipartisan support. So what you'll see in this report is we talk about the bones of market structure, everything that they got right in clarity, what we'd like to see the Senate chamber do and adopt as they push this second piece forward on the legislative agenda. Then we look at implementation. We're talking about tax reforms in this report. We're talking about how we protect consumers in this report. This is over a 160-page document. It's quite robust, but we're really excited about it. And I just want to thank all the participants of the working group that contributed to this. Paul Atkins over at the SEC, Secretary Bessent, Secretary Lutnick, so many folks that have done so much to propel this industry forward and make sure that the United States is the leader in digital asset financial technology.
And this is exactly why you should buy every single Bitcoin dip. And at this point of the cycle, like my thumbnail says, buy now. Without this being financial advice, this is the perfect explanation as to why you should be buying the dip right now, whether it's on leverage or on spot. That's your choice. Take your own risks. I'm using low leverage at this point right now, okay? And I'm gearing up and warming up for the positions that are about to explode. Let's see why.
Yeah.
Was under 8,000 earlier today.
Buy it.
Regardless, though, of the drop. If I said to you Bitcoin dropped to 5,000, you'd say buy it.
Buy it. Because here's the thing. The daily price of Bitcoin doesn't matter. It's been alive for 10 years. In every year, other than one, 2015, it's made a higher low. The market cap has grown every single year. Every fundamental indicator of Bitcoin, usage, wallets, block size, transaction size, number of transactions, every single one, hash rate, making new highs. All of the indicators of the network and the network value are rising. The price of any asset fluctuates. Let's take Amazon. Amazon's been a public company for 20 years. In every year, including this year, it's at a double-digit drawdown. The average peak to trough, minus 31%. Twice, minus 90%. When was the right time to sell? Never. Who's owned it since the IPO to today? Jeff and his mom and dad. That's it.
All right. We're going to leave it there, Mark.
All right,
Good to see you.
thanks
Thank you,
for
Mark
having me.
Yusko, Morgan Creek Capital.
Outcast.
There's your answer. All right. So, irrelevant to the circumstance, this Bitcoin chart here, as we can see, will look somewhat what we've done now. And I'm pretty confident that number says $8,080, right? Well, in today's Bitcoin price, we're actually sitting at $115,000 today. That's probably a very good 12 to 14x since that point. Now, I've removed myself from the frame. You need to be able to see as much of these charts that I'm about to share with you, okay? Because these are the reasons the market and Bitcoin are about to explode. And let's start off with the big daddy ratty of crypto. Coming in at like a $2.2 trillion market cap, $2.5 trillion market cap at the moment. We see Bitcoin taking the lead into the next phase of the cycle with a very strong buy on our indicator here. A very, very strong pullback into the depths of the EMA ribbon. A bounce back out of the bullish channel, the flag right at the baseline. A V-shaped recovery just about to unfold here for a massive breakthrough of the next phase of the all-time highs, punching into the 125k level, backed by the stunning RSI indicator starting its bullish, absolutely bullish momentum with a double bottom out on the RSI. The MACD's buying volume is starting to commence itself too, and the momentum indicators are looking forward to the next move to the upside. Very, very likely helping us transition our way through to the next level up at about 140, 150, 160k level. I'll leave that there for us right here, right now. With our, as you can see, our buying indicators, it's telling you when to buy and when to sell, right? So if you guys want to trade like big bosses with me, make sure you're subscribed to my Crypto Bliss community and my channel, and make sure you have your notifications on so that you know when I pump and do videos like this for you. Let's get back to the charts, because that's the exciting pump. How would you like to know that we have retested boom and boom and boom, right? Where are we right now? All of these signs, I've given you about 6 signs on this in the indicators here right now. And for me, our next phase up is definitely somewhere in this region here, okay? Now, what happens generally is a slow creep up, okay? You can see here it's a slow creep, slow creep, slow creep, and then boom, rally, okay? A slow, 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 boom, rally, okay? The next phase is going to do the same thing. We've gone slow, 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 boom, breakthrough. 140, 150k in the cards, right? Coming soon next for the next Bitcoin target. As you recall in my previous video that I did for you, I will leave it pinned in the cards above for you. Right now, we are just about to turn the monthly candle into a green candle. How bullish actually is this, right? with the previous month, July candle closing above all the previous highs, we expect this candle, which has now retested this level here very perfectly, as well as that breakout level right there, retest, and now the buyback is happening, right? The buyback looks like it's going to engulf this candle, push us through, very likely up to around that area, like I've just pointed out. Now, could we go even higher? Yeah, we could, because we haven't actually had, well, there's the one buy on the month. Here's the next buy on the month. Boom. So here we had 3 months dip. Cool. We had 3 months of red candles. Whoop-de-doo, guys. Like, look how many months of green candles you're having here. And honestly, we haven't really had a sell signal here on the month, nor have we had a buy signal. The buy signal was here. And usually, the buy signal continues until there's a sell signal. And you'll know when the sell signal is. So make sure you subscribe to my channel to know when that comes through. Because right now, we're in the buy phase. Okay, bullish Bitcoin. Now, Ethereum is doing the exact same thing, okay? On the daily time frame, we bounced hard. We got a buy signal. We break it above that level. We break it above that horizontal, the down sloping. We're looking like we're bullish to come and break through this 4,000 odd level. We're creating higher lows and higher and consecutive higher highs. The EMA ribbon is bursting up. The stochastic is bottoming out, and the MACD is bottoming out and looking like it wants to oscillate us back to the top. Now, on the monthly time frame, that candle is extremely bullish, and on the monthly, we have a very strong buy on our indicators, bouncing off of the EMA and this ribbon and breaking through that level. We're about to get an alt season second to none, without a doubt. First level on Ethereum, next level up here. Of course, we're going to have a little bit of resistance on the previous all-time high at 5,000, but beyond that, 1.618 at $7,300 is incoming in the next couple months. Beyond that, 2.618 at $11,000, my friends, sooner than you think. Look at where we're at on the MACD. Look at where we started off on the MACD in the same position. We're getting ready for the altcoin season. Here is the next one. The total crypto market cap is having the exact same move. And this is, of course, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, of course, we're going to have the buy, higher lows, higher highs, EMA ribbon bounce, buy signal, stochastic, MACD. Now, my friends, how absolutely beautiful. Because we broke out of this little ascending triangle and we somewhat retested the top, tippity top of it, which is this level, right? We broke out and we're retesting this beautiful box line. My friends, we're on the way in this crypto cycle right now, probably in the total market cap. The next move up, cool, could definitely be the $4.5 trillion level. And I honestly think we're going to skyrocket probably up here to the $5.5 trillion level first. That'll be the next move in crypto, okay? Now, the next and following reason, of course, is the sell signal, which is a bear flag of note, just by the way, which is breaking down right now. Actually, if you look at the bodies of those candles, that is a very, very strong bear flag, right? Look at the flag. Okay, now let's get us the flagpole. Let's pull the flagpole. Let's pull it even from there, somewhere there, because that's the support line. Look at where we could possibly come down to, 55%. That's a good 6% drop down on the dominance. Look at where that takes us to. Ironically, is the 0.38, right? We're not anywhere near, but honestly, look at that. That would be a very solid bounce. It would break us through this level of support, but I think that's going to happen. We've been rejected here now, and honestly, the stochastic is doing the opposite of what Bitcoin is doing, and so is the MACD. The buying volume is dying, okay? So I expect a massive, look at my lines here, boom, boom, boom. I expect it to be a little bit extended, and I expect the market to kind of take its time going up. Now, the ETH BTC chart has a mega bullish signal. Buy and buy. A double buy here, my friends, on the EMA with a good pump coming back into that position. Okay, stochastic very oversold, MACD a little bit overbought, but the sell pressure is dying. Woo-wee! We are getting some serious recoveries here, and ETH is now starting to outperform Bitcoin. The next one is the total 3, right? The total 3 crypto market cap is now excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and this is a major bounce off of the bottom, right? And so you can see here that once we get a bit of a breakout out of that zone right there, we're expecting to see the next level up, right? That's a very bullish pattern on the total crypto market cap. Wow, look at that. Look at that, right? That's going to take us at least another $400, $500, $600 billion into the crypto market cap. At that point, honestly, I would not be surprised on the next leg up that we need to pull back somewhat down here to retrace back to these levels over here, okay, and then start to kind of maybe boom, something like that. Okay, I do expect that to unfold, so please just take note that this is about time in the market, not time in the market. And look how long we still have. I mean, if you haven't positioned yourself, I think we're going to get carried away into probably mid next year for this bull cycle. I think at that point we might have a little bit of pullback. Now, 2 more charts I'm going to share with you. Starting with the Bitcoin chart. This is a clear chart now. You can see very clearly what we're doing, right? We have the pumps, we have a pullback, we have the pumps, we have a pullback. That's just the cycle. It's the momentum. And the momentum, usually when we get the momentum going, the momentum goes. So sit sideways for a while, boom, pump. Sit sideways for a while, boom, pump. Sit sideways for a while, boom, pump. But honestly, we're at a massive buying point right now. We've broken out. We're testing all-time highs. We keep creating new all-time highs. And this is the cycle you want to stay connected to. Well, I actually have 2 more charts now going forward, okay? This is USDT dominance, right? Look at where we're at. We're under the ribbon. We failed to get up above the ribbon. And when that happens, you have massive sell pressure. That's confirmed here by the swing down. And usually the most of the momentum happens in the swing happens down when you can see here, when the lower 50% of the band, when the blue and the red come into the lower 50% of the band, you have a massive collapses. And so we have not yet seen the dominance really fail here. Now, if we have a look at this on the daytime, on the daily time frame, have a look at that sell there, okay? We've reached the level of absolute and undivided massive sell out on dollars and buy back into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So right now, my friends, I expect us to probably fail here, break this level, probably pop down to somewhere around this level, maybe break through the lows, pull back up, hit that again, and then come back down. We probably break down somewhere there because we'd probably start waterfalling and cascading from there. Now that's USDT. What about others, right? Now, where are we on others? Because others is excluding the top 10 dominance in market cap, right? So the others has not even had its buy signal yet. However, seeing everything that you have just seen, would you say, okay, if we had to draw our levels, would you say that we are actually now officially in a potential uptrend? Look at that level of resistance that we have to break out of, okay? Yet again, more bullish patterns unfolding with a bullish stochastic, bullish MACD, a EMA that's going to flip now, okay, because we've been coming down on the others for some serious time since December last year. We've come down on others, at least others dominance. Now, this others dominance is going to start actually dominating And here within lies the answer on the monthly time frame to the buy now. Even though we don't have the signal just yet, my friends, it's impossible to ignore this. Okay, the MACD, the RSI, the higher low areas, the potentials for buy with this momentum slowing down on the sell pressure. Okay, this is looking mighty bullish. If we get one engulfing candle here that engulfs either of these candles, we're going to see the bullish momentum come in for altcoin season cycle. And once altcoin season cycle comes through, wows and wowzers, we are up to the next level, nearly 216 odd % that could possibly come into the total crypto market cap. If we're looking at 216% of the crypto market cap, and obviously it's excluding the 10, we probably get us up to those 20, 30, 40, 50, 100x gains on the crypto altcoin season cycle. So if you have enjoyed watching this video here with me on the Crypto Bliss community, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the Crypto Bliss channel. Of course, hit that notification bell, and thank you for being here with me. I truly appreciate you. Now, I'm going to leave you with this one last thing. The next phase of the bull cycle has already started. As you can see, every week you wait is another 10 to 20% move you're absolutely missing. Now, this is it. August 2025 will be a mark in history to come in the bull cycle and all of history in crypto. August 25 marks the start of crypto's next explosion. Are you ready? See you in the next one.